Hello, welcome to the queue. It is US KMT turn 17, and that is the beginning of the end, July 44. We'll start rolling some dice to end the game from here on out, and this is Operation A View to a Kill. China, or KMT, is up to $8. That is 2 infantry, 1 militia. I have nothing left after that. Let's look at our battle here. We just have one for the KMT. We are going to, I think it's Shangtung. I'm going to pull units off and we'll reveal it. There are 2 tank destroyers. We'll get a target select. There's 1 infantry and 2 militia. It is Shangtung. There we go. All right, so let's put those. I'm just going to put them here, not on the battle board. Flying from Kwangtung is a tactical, which has a movement of 4, so it'll come in 2 and have 2 left. Actually, all the planes will. The 2 fighters will come as well. That's the other 2 dice. That's our Air Force. From the ground, we've got 2 cavalry from Quichao up into Sichuan and then over to Shangtung. But wait, there's more. A total of 6 cavalry will be taking this. This will be the charge of the Light Brigade. And ideally, we get 5 hits. And, oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get 4 hits and we bounce out. That's ideally what we want. All right. Is that the only battle? Yeah, that was it. This is U.S. turn. They're going to strategically annihilate that Hunan guy, infantry. So let's roll some dice. The U.S. fleet always pays the price there. All right, so first up, there are no first strikes, so that gives us 6. Pretty sure that river is not, yeah, there's no river there. So from the direction we're coming, from Sichuan. All right. I'll just put that 2 by the planes. All right, so 6 at 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so there is only 1 hit. That means if the planes all hit, that will be perfect, and we will retreat. All right, so next up is 2 fighters at 6. Well, there's 1 hit. And a tactical at 7. That's a 5. So we got 3 hits, but no target select. So the downside to that is 2 militia, 1 infantry go away. All right. Oh, you know what? I forgot to look about the cavalry retreating. I can't believe I did that again. I'm pretty sure I believe there was a 12 there, so we'll retreat 1 cavalry for sure, and then I will look at that video later, and if I've got to move another one back, I will. Pretty sure it was just 112. All right. So let's have the defense of 2 militia at 2. Oh my gosh. It's already a disaster, so we'll lose 2 cavalry. We got an infantry at 4, and the 2 tank destroyers have a target select of 3 or under, but they're both 4, so they do get 1, so they get another cavalry. All right, so that means I've got 2 cavalry left, 2 fighters, and attack, and Japan has 2 tacticals. Since I took such a beating, we're going to continue on and get rid of those tank destroyers. So round 2, we'll start off with the tactical bomber at a 7. That's a target select, which doesn't matter now. 2 fighters at 6. Oh, 2 cavalry at 3. Actually, that's perfect. We'll retreat. So now coming back at us is 2 You know, I think we had to retreat. I think the 2 cavalry was 10 and 11, wasn't it? So we're done. But they do get to fire back. Oh, no. 2 4s. They get a hit. So I'll have to relook at the video to see if these 2 cavalry retreated. Then I have to lose a plane. So doggone it. I hate the KMT. I really do. I honestly hate them. All right, so they'll go back to Kwangtung, the 2 fighters in tactical. I'll review the film, see if I have to lose a fighter, and put, I'm pretty sure one of those was an 11. So I'm pretty sure 2 cavalry retreated, but I'll have to review the film. Japan holds it with a tank destroyer. All right, well, so that's how it looks conditionally right now. Well, like I said, I'll have to look at that. I wish I should have put a dice in there with that to remind me of that stupid retreat rule. All right, so from Quichao, we've got 6 tanks. They'll be going up into Szechuan. We've got 3 artillery going up into Szechuan. They're going to spill over here. We got 1 anti-aircraft gun going up into Szechuan. All right, so down from Qinghai here is 1 of the artillery coming down into Szechuan. So I'll have to stack those. Let's get rid of that and let's just bring out another. So there'll be 4 there total. So let me get a grade ship. And so there'll be 4 artillery there. All right. We're going to leave that anti-aircraft gun there, or are we? No, we're going to bring this anti-aircraft gun into Szechuan as well. So we'll have 2 AA. Sikang has an infantry going into Szechuan. And let's see, I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1 of these infantry from Qinghai will come down to Szechuan as well. All right, so that's what that is. Japan still holds Shantung there. Let's move that over so I don't mess things up on that. All right, so we're going to place in Szechuan our militia and 2 infantry. And here is the recap for KMT, minus any adjustments for viewing the retreat rule in those cavalry. Qinghai, 4 infantry, 1 mountain, 2 militia, 2 artillery. Szechuan, 5 infantry, 1 militia, 2 cavalry, 6 artillery. No, 6 medium armor, 4 artillery, 2 anti-aircraft guns. Yunnan, 4 militia, Quichao, 2 militia. Hainan, marine. I could have moved some stuff. That was, oh well. Kwangtung is 4 infantry, militia, 2 artillery, anti-aircraft gun, tactical, 2 fighters. Let's move on to their cash, which I think is the same. They have $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't save any, so they get the 2 for their Boma Road. So they have 6 for next turn. All right, on to the U.S. Let's look at our purchase here for $80. $10 we're going to spend as a penalty for invading Sweden. Seems pretty steep. $10 we're going to lend lease tactical to the KMT. We're going to finish off our heavy battleship. Militia, infantry upgrade, militia, infantry upgrade. Paratrooper in London, 2 subs in Portugal, shipyards, and in Portugal we got a heavy strategic bomber. a jet in San Francisco, and in we have to repair the port at Wake Island for 3 damage. We're going to build a minor port and a sub base, both for 2 each. And that's our $80. Let's roll for some tech. We can finish off some stuff. First up is the 7s, which is artillery, factories, and radar. So I need a blue, an orange, and a green. All right, let's see what we get here. That's a 6. So we got orange at a 7. So that is artillery, which I believe is finished. Yay. I didn't purchase the last 2 turns. I had artillery on there. I got none on there now. Oh well, I'm not going to change my buy. All right, so the next round is 8s. Heavy armor, advanced subs, and logistics. And I guess I can roll that left-handed. Ooh, shouldn't have. 1 and 11. So heavy armor is finished, right? Yeah. All right. So our next buy is going to be filled with some tech. This is the one we need. I'd trade everything for this to hit. All right. Left-handed roll. Not excited about it. Yes. 12. All right. So we're 1 away from getting our tech victory objective. All right. There is some combat for the U.S. So let's look here at the Pacific. I have to back that off for a second. We have this attack transport in port here in the Marshalls. We'll grab a Marine and a medium armor. Come over 1. We're going to attack the Caroline Islands here and then go in port. That's no air support there. We've got a transport here in P61 grabbing 2 infantry. 1, 2, and we'll go into the Philippines and attack that and go into port. Well, we do have air support there. We've got a tactical coming off this carrier. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so it only has a movement of 1 left. Well, that's a problem. How did I count that? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I went the wrong way. So from P61 into P59, that's 1, 2, 3, and it has 2 movement left. Medium bomber comes off Siam, has 5 left. The strategic bomber comes out 1, 2, 3, 4, and has 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. It actually has 5 left. Not that it matters. So I'm pretty sure I'm going back to the same place. We're going to carpet bomb that infantry in Hunan. So that is 3 attacks. We're not going to convoy raid. So that's 3 attacks here. And let's go all the way around the board. You know what? I'm just going to grab the dice tray and the dice. And I will roll that Sweden battle when I get there. And then I'll work my way back to the Pacific. All right, so we've got up here in Sweden. All right, so we've got a medium armor, a Marine, and an infantry coming down from North Norway. From Trongladale, we've got a airborne, but he has a mountain border, so that's going to be a -1 for that guy. We have a mountain from southern Norway coming into Nordland, but he's a mountain infantry, so that border does not mean anything. The other infantry in southern Norway will go into, what is this one? Gotland. All right, so that is the land invasion. Let's bring in some airborne from southern England. 1, 2, 3. He'll have a movement of 5 left, so we'll drop a paratrooper off there. We've got a fighter from, what is this? I think they're in northern England. Either way, if it's the same distance. 1, 2, 3. He'll have a movement of 3 left. From Northern England is the other fighter. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have a movement of 2 left. And then the medium bomber does the same and has a movement of 3 left. And that is our attacks. Yes, nothing going on down south, just some movements. All right, so maybe slide this tray down here, set this here. Got my dice with me. Let's go with the easy battle first. So we'll have a 3 for the paratrooper and a 2 for the infantry. So the infantry at 2, paratrooper at 3. Great. Got a fighter at 6. Well, there's the hit. There's 1 defense there of an infantry. Swedish infantry at 4. And 3, of course. So we'll lose that paratrooper. All right, next battle. So we'll have the paratrooper at a 1, the mountain marine infantry at 2. So here will be the paratrooper at a 1. And we got 3 dice at 2. There's a hit. Where do I want to leave those? I'll leave it up there. All right, so then I got a medium armor at a 6. There's another hit. I've got a fighter at a 6 and a medium bomber at a 7. So there's 3 hits, which is the 3 infantry that's there. So they will have 3 back at 4. And they get a hit. So we'll lose that other airborne. All right, so that's why I did buy an airborne. So that means we took Nordland with infantry, marine, mountain infantry, and medium armor. So that is 2 points up for the U.S. Gotland is 1 point, and we take it with 1 infantry. I think I can reach that income tracker from this side. So they're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. And nobody goes down any. We're going to land this fighter here with a movement of 2 left. There's not really a lot he can do, so we'll go up here to northern Norway. 3 left on the bomber. 1, 2, 3. So he has to go up to northern Norway as well. These 2 planes will head back to England. 1, 2, 3. And that's northern England. There's an air base there. All right, so I've done the battles here, and I've landed my planes in Norway. Let's go do the battles over on the other side of the map. And then we'll finish our non-coms. I guess I could have waited to land those planes, but there's nothing else going up to Norway, so that's out of the way. All right, so that means now we've got the Caroline Islands. It's defended by a militia. And we have a Marine at a 3 because it's an attack transport. That's a nothing. And a medium armor at a 6. That's a nothing. Defense, militia, 2. Thank you. That would have been painful. Round 2, a 3 for the Marine. Medium armor at a 6. Militia at a 2. Thank you. Round 3, Marine at a 3. I need to get rid of these dice. All right, let's switch. Back in the drawer. All right. Medium armor at a 6. There we go. Militia at a 2. All right, so Carolinas is no effect, but we do take it, and the transport goes in port. And what was it? Oh, we have 2 attacks left. All right. In Philippines, it's defended by a militia as well. So let's roll. I think that's mountainous. Yeah. So those 2 infantry assaulting are at 1. Yeah, it's a 12. That's a 1. All right. I've got a tactical and a medium bomber both at 7, and it doesn't matter about target. Oh, jeez. Militia defends at a 2. Misses. All right, back to the 2 1s. Oh, man, those are good rolls. 2 7s for the aircraft. There's a 7 and a 6. Militia defends at a 2. It's a 7, so that's it for that. That is the last point, so we'll take that off. 2 infantry in Philippines, and we'll go in port there. And we'll land those planes. Oh, yeah, carpet bombing. We have 5 at 2. Just need 1 hit. Oh, we got 3. We should have hit somewhere else. Dang it, who knew? All right, so Hunan is now empty. All right, so let's land our aircraft. So with a movement of 2 left, we can go 1, 2, and land here on the other Philippine islands. This has a movement of 5 left. I think I want to stay over here by China, so we'll just go back to Siam along with this strategic bomber to that air base. That will give us the ability to bomb some things. Why is that there? Oh, I chipped it out. All right, so that is it for the planes landing. We're going to move this sub here into C-Zone P43 from 34. Interdict any upgrades that might be coming. What else do we got? 2 coastal subs will back up into C-Zone P36 from P35. Imports that destroyer. I don't really need that there. So we'll move. Let's get these dice out of the way. Oh, we got one more dice roll I forgot for the end of the game. So let's move. We're going to move our slow movers up. So 2 battleships from P29 will go in port in P22 on Midway Island. And 2 battleships from actually, we're going to move 3 up to P22 and go in port at Midway. And 1 will go down here into the Marshall Islands in port at P47. All right, so that is what that looks like. That gets them up. They were going to go there, but somebody bombed my port. Not very friendly. So that puts in this C zone here. Let me spread these out. None of my other subs are moving. Yeah, we're good. All right, so in C-Zone P25, a heavy cruiser comes over to P29. A light cruiser comes over from P29, or to P29. And a destroyer comes over. And that is all in P29 plus a carrier and AVtaK. I'll put that on there on the back side. Is that magnet not working? There we go. All right, so all that is in P29. Oh, wow, I didn't mark it, but that jet, that was hiding out. The jet is coming from San Francisco. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we'll see if that, well, that's purchase phase or placement phase. Now we'll see if that bomber comes out and bombs that port. We'll give him a little better of a defense there. All right, so next, non-coms. We have this carrier and fighter. The fighter is going 1. No, it's in piece 61. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onto the Marshalls. The carrier, 1, 2, 3, can't go there. So we're going to go the carrier and destroyer. And for now, 1, 2, 3, they're going to go over here. Or are they? I think not. I think we'll go up 2, 1, 2, and we'll go in port here in Cochin China, the carrier and the destroyer. The infantry will walk across the strait to Sumatra from Java. The artillery will load on the transport. 1, 2, and go in port here in Maharashtra and land it. All right, so is that where I want that carrier? Yeah, I think I do, because I might need it to get back. Can't leave it out in the ocean here. That dang sub's roaming. All right, so that's it for the Pacific. We don't have anything in the Middle East here anymore. Let's come around the board and move our, what do we got here? The transport from Northern Ireland will come down 1, 2, 3 and go in port here in Portugal. The transport in New York grabs the infantry artillery. It's an attack transport and will strategically naval move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll drop off in Northern Ireland, and the 2 units will drop into southern England. The 2 destroyers will stay there. We'll stay up north. All right. That's it for movement. Let's do some placement and collect some cash and roll a die. All right, so we'll start at this end. That was our $10 for Sweden. That was painful. Our Lend-Lease tactical bomber, yeah, it's still open. Comes across San Francisco straight into Kwangtung there. All right, so we're placing our heavy battleship. Hooray! That was a tech failure. Took us all game to get it. We've got in Europe, let's grab these, which will be the airborne strategic bomber, 2 subs for Portugal. And we will come across the board. 2 subs go here at these 2 shipyards in A35. The factory in Portugal gets the strategic bomber, and the factory in Northern England gets the airborne. I moved the other transport, put him back there, inboard. All right. Next, in the Pacific, we're repairing Wake Island and defending it a little better from bombing attack. And we've got these 2 facilities. The sub base goes here in Wake, and this minor port goes up in Atu Kiska. That way we can get our transport out of harm's way. All right, so infantry upgrade and militia. So we're going to put upgrade this militia midway and put the militia back in. The other one we're going to upgrade here is the Marshall Islands. We are not putting a militia there, though. We are going to put this militia in the Philippines. And no, that was the wrong way. This is what Hawaii was the one we were upgrading and not putting another militia in. All right, so that is that. Oh, can't forget the jet. That would have been painful. That will go in San Francisco. And I believe that's it. Cash-wise, we are up to 71 plus... Oh, no, we didn't. We got to move up for the Philippines. And Japan goes down 1. Yeah, Caroline's was nothing. All right, so we're at 72, which will change. What do we got here? 50, 60, 70, 72, and 12. So that'll be 84, for the US and 6 for KMT. Let's roll the ending dice here. And if the game ends, there's no need to do a recap. All right, which painful dice will it be? Blue. All right, 2 or less. Oh, that was close. All right, so the game does not end. We could have over here, and I'll start with the recap over here. We could have attempted to take Normandy, which would have brought the Axis down 1 and tied with Russia. But then all our stuff that we would have had to bring, because they have radar so they can scramble 4 fighters, we could have wasted a lot of stuff for not the U.S. to win, or the Allies to win. Yeah, we don't care about the Commonwealth. They're just along for the ride, right? But, you know, honestly, to me, it wasn't worth the risk. The risk was better of a 1 or 2 ending the game, or the risk of a 3 through 12 not ending the game, to me was better than wasting the units to take that. Now, it's going to be different here in the coming rounds when the Allies start getting some victory points and getting closer. So that is on the table then. Let's do a recap. Northern Norway, a fighter, medium bomber. What is this? Nordland, medium armor, marine, infantry, mountain, Gotland, 1 infantry. In Northern Britain is a fighter, air transport, sea transport, and a paratrooper. In Southern England, 2 infantry, 2 artillery. London, 2 infantry. Ireland, Northern Ireland has a transport and port, A-17, 2 destroyers. We'll go down, and nothing in the U.S. U.S. is empty. That kind of stinks. In Sea Zone, A-35 is 2 subs. Portugal has a transport and port, heavy strategic bomber, a marine, an infantry, and artillery. Sea Zone A-44 has not changed. Morocco has an infantry. What is this? Tunisia has an infantry, Tripoli a marine. I guess I can read A-44 off. Heavy cruiser, 2 battleships, light cruiser, 3 destroyers, 3 subs, 2 coastal subs, light carrier, fighter. Maharashtra has a artillery and a transport and port. Sumatra has an infantry. Java has nothing. Siam, just a medium bomber and a heavy strategic bomber. Import in Cochin China is a destroyer carrier. Philippines, 2 infantry, transport and port. Southern Philippines, infantry, tactical bomber, and a militia. Submarine and P-43. Caroline Islands, medium armor, marine, attack transport, and port. Marshall Islands, a fighter, infantry, militia, and in port is a battleship and a destroyer. P-36 is 2 coastal subs, 2 regular subs. Midway, no, that's Wake. Wake has a militia, a fighter, and a jet. Sea Zone P-29, 2, 3, 4, 5 heavy cruisers, 4 light cruisers, 5 destroyers, 1 carrier with a tactical, Hawaii infantry, militia, and Midway, 2 infantry, 1 militia, 1 mountain, 1 marine, 1 anti-aircraft gun, 1 fighter. Sea Zone P-22, 5 subs. In port in Midway is 3 battleships and a heavy or attack transport. That is why I wanted to move 2 south. All right. So I'm going to change that non-com the way I originally had it laid out. So in Marshall Islands in port is 2 battleships and a destroyer. In port in P-22 is 2 battleships and a attack transport. That way I can scramble out if I'm getting bombed. P-25 heavy battleship, jet in San Francisco, Attu Kiska, infantry, marine, militia, C-zone P4, 2 subs, 1 transport. I believe that's it. We're on to turn 18. And we will go for another dice roll at the end of the game at the end of the next turn. And Panzer J is next.